Alright guys, next on the deck is Mike Dietrich going for a 205-pound snatch PR. Mike does a great job today, as with everybody lifting for the test event. A lot of PRs dropping today, very exciting, and this was a great lift, really great lift to end on. Mike, help me out here. I can't remember what your previous PR was. I think we said maybe 185, something to that effect. So a 20-pound PR. I mean, quite honestly, anytime a guy's out there power cleaning or doing a 265-pound bear complex, he really should not have a problem snatching over 200, unless there's some gross mobility issues. But Mike's pretty solid, and this is a great lift to take a look at. Pretty good information that we can glean from Matt Johnson's lifts. So I'll hit just a few things here on what Mike does really well and some things that we can work on. First things first, I got to tell you, I really like how Mike just approaches the bar, and this is just a mindset thing that we all need to kind of just think about your routine. When you approach the bar, you got to have the right attitude. You don't think about how heavy the weight might feel. You don't think about how heavy the weight is above your PR. The barbell is the barbell, and you got to approach it with the right attitude. And then from there, do the same thing every time. The barbell is set up on the same part of your shoe. You go through the same mental checklist each lift. There's just a lot of things for consistency that we all can do a little bit better. But what I like what Mike does here is he's got his approach, and I like it. So without further ado, we'll start off with Mike Dietrich going for a 205-pound PR attempt lift. Walks up to the bar with some attitude, gets set. He does this on every lift, which is awesome. Now, a few things, kind of got a little bit ahead of myself there. We're not on a profile view, so I really can't tell. But, I mean, Mike, you're probably starting a little bit above 30 degrees. And this is a pretty heavy weight for you. And you'll see the first thing that really drives up is your hips. So, I mean, I can pull out the tool. I did it earlier, but it's really not going to give us really what your back angle is. But I'm willing to bet it's well below 25 degrees. So, we could talk about the optimal degrees like we did in some other videos, 30 to 45-ish, somewhere in there, but definitely not below 30. And I would venture to guess that we are well below 30 when we make this lift. You're just pretty damn strong, and this doesn't roll you up too much on your toes. So we'll work a lot on this when we go through the clean dead or snatch deadlift, snatch pulls, and maybe you might investigate. I don't want to jack with your style too much, but maybe start with a little bit lower hips, higher chest, and then really think about, as a cue, driving the floor away with your heels. So you're not lifting the weight, you're pushing the floor away. But you're a pretty brutally strong man, and this is not a lightweight for you. So you muscle through this pretty good. Now, you and I have the same lifter from the second pull, from the knee to the power position, in that you and I both start to roll really early, both on our heels. See how much you're coming up on your heels before we hit that power position. So Matt did a better job than both of us on this lift. And you'll start to see, same thing for me, is an early arm bend. It's not too bad compared to some lifts that we have, but it's enough to bleed some of the power and limit what we're going to get out of this lift. Just something to be aware of there. So really working on arriving to that power position with our heels on the ground, arms in extension, lats engaged, and then go into the extension of the heels, the hips, and continuing on from there. But Mike does a really good job finishing out this lift, and keeps the bar pretty close to his body. You can see that little drift of the shirt right there. So overall, if we looked at this from profile view, it's probably pretty good barbell path, maybe at the sacrifice of a little bit of power with the early arm bend that we talked about. But Mike arrives with a signature Mike Dietrich kind of side glance, finishes out the lift pretty well. I would say when you watch this full motion, Mike, you and I both need to work on being comfortable at this bottom position. Our overhead squats are strong enough, this shouldn't be an issue. we kind of bounce right out of it. We may actually lose some lifts that way. So getting really comfortable in that bottom position and finishing out the lift. But overall, really great job. Really like it. So nice job, Mike. Congratulations. Yeah. Little Mike Dietrich side glance. 205 PR. Nice work, buddy.